President Biden took center stage during the G20 summit in Rome today. The president announcing new ways his administration will improve supply chains at home by slashing red tape at ports and reducing processing times, as well as issuing an executive order to boost the national defense stockpile. The United States and European Union also announcing a deal to immediately remove tariffs on steel and aluminum and work toward reducing carbon emissions. President Biden criticized the lack of commitment from China and Russia at the G20 summit to agree to meaningful climate change initiatives. Joining us now to talk about this weekend's summit in Rome is Niall Stanage. Sorry, he is a reporter with The Hill. Thanks for being here. Nice to have you. So, did anything solid and quantifiable come out of the summit?
I think the big achievable, so to speak, was this agreement on a minimum corporate tax rate globally. Large corporations are going to be held to a tax rate of 15%. So that loophole that corporations had previously used will be closed off. But I take the point in your question. There's a lot of aspirational language here, a lot of happy talk, but not so much concrete achievement or concrete agreement that can really be specific.
So how are allies receiving the United States? We had 4 years of reversals, the America First policy by President Trump. Now President Biden has returned to the international table, but his stalled agenda at home. Are other countries confident the U.S. can deliver?
Not really is the very short answer. I think there has been a change because obviously President Biden is cast from a much more conventional mold than former President Trump. President Biden, someone who believes in multilateralism, believes in the various institutions of which Mr. Trump was skeptical. But, other countries follow our domestic politics very closely. They see President Biden's lagging approval numbers. They know that the former president, Mr. Trump, looks like he is eyeing up a 2024 bid. So I think there is an awareness of the fundamental instability of American politics and a concern about what that could bring.
So we mentioned the supply chain issue, that crisis front and center. Was there any progress on that front? We know what the pledges were. Do you think that we're going to see any actual effects come out of it?
It's a great question. And to my mind, it is difficult to see really obvious effects come out of this. The supply chain issue has a multitude of causes, but it won't be easily resolved by people coming together at a summit and saying nice things. It seems likely that the supply chain constrictions are going to continue for some time. The White House was asked a while ago whether they were confident that the supply chain would be flowing by the holidays, and they conspicuously didn't give that assurance. So I think that points to where we are on that point, really.
And conspicuously absent, China and Russia. What should we make of that?
I think we should make of it that the premiers of both those countries are skeptical of the G20, but also are not eager to get backed into a corner on climate change. When President Biden gave a press conference earlier on today, he called their absence disappointing, and he was speaking about it particularly through the prism of climate change. That is obviously a massive global issue, and again, one where we heard aspirations, but not really specific action.
All right, Niall, thank you so much for joining us from The Hill. Appreciate your time.
Thanks.
Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.